Hi, Tibble.
Hi, Demi. How's it going?
A little tired, but I'm excited. Got a heck of a race in front of us tonight. Former champion Pankraz. God, I forget how deep Flurry has made it into tournaments at this point. Top 4, top 2, top 18. I couldn't tell you, but he's been around forever. Be a heck of a match tonight.
Oh yeah, we've got the illustrious, breakfast food versus the professor. So we're gonna have some interesting racing tonight. Let's take a look at these objectives. Let's see, pancake jokes. We got that. But yeah, I think they may have fallen a little flat. But on to the real objectives.
Triple Earth, double Moon. We've got to go all the way to the bottom of the moon, all the way to the top of the giant, all the way through every overworld key item check, pretty much. And I guess the Asura spot's got to die at some point. But yeah, what a weird mix of objectives here.
Yeah, a bunch of different objectives, a bunch of different key items needed as well. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 key items needed at minimum.
6. Got Rat Tail, and Hook. You've got the 3 overworlds for 3 is 5. And then Moon for 6 to be Darkness Crystal. I've gotten really good at that.
Yeah, look, I try. I really do.
That's all right. But yeah, these runners are going to see the whole game and probably be here for a while, which means experience is likely to be the least of our problems. Power is also probably always going to be the greatest of our problems with these flags. While S standard is still in play, so shopping is still a great play. S quarter also means that your items sell for less. You've got T Pro out there now, so your treasure chest not as good, capping at rank 6 as well. And also that means that your encounter chests, where people are fishing out adamant armors left, right, and center from Castle Eblin, is going to be a lot less probable now.
Yeah, we're starting off with a Palom, which early game is not that bad. You get experience from like Hobbs or even Antline. You get your level 2 elementals, and that can carry you through a lot of the overworld. If we find his twin, good old Porum, White Mage, twin will definitely carry you through at least ordeals.
Yeah, Twin also just does circumvent the need for the level 2 spells for your first check. Also, Palom has been a lot more popular since Fu is taking the rest of the night off, and there you go. There's your first big call of the night. Here's the twins, starting off with a bottle of wine that the two of them combined are not old enough to drink, and a Lunar Spark to start, and we're on our way.
It would be funny for it to be Wyvern sitting there just so it's, Bahamut's distant cousin giving wine to the children.
Only the most terrible things.
Palom Porum start, you get your instant twin, you set up your party, you can bluff, and that's your early game. You get Quack fairly quickly with Palom, so I don't really see anything besides a nasty hook crowd like DKC being down there to really hinder our runners. A little bit of divergence here. Flurry going straight to go to Bedward, Pankraz going to Hobbs.
He wants to leverage that twin magic right now. I think that helps with looting and shopping a little bit, kind of knowing what characters are on deck for you. And you can pop out of this if this is Edward real quick if you really want to. But it's another twin. It's double Porum time. So, that's not exactly what you want to see. But hey, look, you've got White Mages coming out both ends here. And going to bluff first and then start firing away. With Twin Magic, which unfortunately randomly selects 2, so it may not select the bluffing Palom, which is tough.
Well, it all depends on the priority of where Twin is for it to choose. But still, another White Mage. I know that you love your Porums, but we keep one alive, one as an anchor. I think we're pretty often good with mages, which don't need much for gear. They just need levels.
Yeah, we're kind of gear light right now. Didn't find much. There's a Dancing Dagger for Flurry also to help him get off the ground. On top of Twin Magic, Pankraz is reset out of Kainazo. Flare not really doing the job, and I don't think he wanted to sit there and catch that wave and get sent home. So, actually, probably a good reset, probably saved him a few seconds, so the loss is a little bit less devastating here. Flurry continuing to scoot and loot here, going to head over to launch the hovercraft. No big surprise here. And we got D-Lunars down below right now.
Yeah, D-Lunars, not a bad location for them, and only about 500 health for each of them, so Simple Flare should take them both out.
Yep, again, using Anchor Palom to bluff into Flare and then get that extra damage. We did get a Stardust item here in the Feymarch, or in the, not the Feymarch, the Damsian Treasury, and just a Bandana, so Pankraz doesn't even care about the experience points. He's just resetting out immediately.
I mean, with this party, it's not physical, so Bandana, well, it's great for early defense. Not going to be great for the offense.
Yeah, and it doesn't sell for a lot either, so I kind of can see that as a play. Again, he's going to try to leverage that Twin Magic and keep on pushing. Berserk now making note, we did find a Bandana and a Poison Axe in Damsian, so that's pretty good. We're feeling pretty good about things at this point in time without having to worry about Alien Cave.
Yeah, but I mean, Poison Axe, we need somebody to be able to use it. We haven't seen a Kane yet, or a Sid. So, money?
Yeah, Sid's a lot more exciting on this flag set at this point, just because of the fact that Cecil's on the bench and Fusoya's on the bench. So like, you end up having to play with some of these characters that are a little bit less optimal, and Sid being able to equip like axes and bows, and it's just a bunch of good options.
Yeah, I mean, Sid also being one of the better anchors that we can have, being able to have like the Dwarf Axe, Curse Ring, and doesn't matter what level he is. He'll always be RA1. For that agility black magic.
Yeah, Flurry side, his first Porum gets removed from battle here, and then the wave is going to come up, and so we'll see if he decides to bail out of this fight as well. Second Porum may not be in the cards today.
Yeah, maybe going for that early anchor. Because you never know, gonna have that hook route.
Maybe just wants the experience points. It's always an option.
I mean, luckily, at least in the rando, it's not split EXP unless you turn that flag on.
True, and he's going to get through with double flares here, 4360. Going to get at least one of the Porums loaded up with white magic spells. And there's Ice 2, Fire 2, and Lit 2. So a good cast of spells now for Flurry as he takes down the first boss that is not an objective.
I mean, hey, extra character, experience, because both twins being, 100, 110 HP, can't really take a hit. Found some mute arrows in Troya on Pankraz's side. Buys a stack of 10 of those. Always a nice thing to have.
Yeah, still need a way to launch them at the enemies, but, hey, it's something at least. And yeah, Flurry is going to set up for anchoring strats here. Looks like he's going to put Dead Porum in the middle here and just be done with her at this point in time, and Live Porum and Live Palom will try to get the job done. Flurry is also looting here, which may make him take that extra bandana out. A couple pieces of mage armor to start, which is precisely what you need at this point.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few little chests on your way through Antlion, or not that far out of your path, can either spite you something good or something to sell. With Escorter being on, it's you need money because things are expensive.
Yeah, and you need to sell a lot of stuff, like a lot of staple items that you sell. Like for example, Gungnir lances, which I've seen a lot of them sold in this tournament. They used to be worth 33 grand. Now they're worth 16.5. This is a big deal if you want to buy things like ninja swords at 66k, or if you want to buy, say, sword shirts at 30k or rune rings at 20. It's a lot of money.
Oh yeah, definitely. And of course, you have your sirens at quite a bit of steep price too.
Yeah, if you want items, you've got to kind of have a better sense of exactly how many you want, because you don't just have like a random 150k lying around anymore.
Mm-hmm. The dolls here at Bull, so I mean, we've got at least one nasty boss from that element spot, K-Nazo. Put him in elements, those waves will really hurt.
Yeah, the tough thing, of course, is that Pankraz unsurprisingly pops the Stardust there to get through it fast. Flurry popped his Stardust on the D-Lunars and is walking out the headgear. We get a pink tail, which means a hook route may be a little bit easier if it comes up in the cards, because that's an adamant armor potentially.
I mean, adamant Palom is fine with me. Get a tiara in the Sheila's closet.
It's unfortunate that Palom does not want to be the prettiest princess, because that would increase his spellcasting power by a lot more as well.
Oh yeah, I want to equip the tiara on Palom so bad. I mean, the extra wisdom from him is amazing. But alas, you can only do that in one of the wacky flag sets.
Yep, so we've got FF4FE now kind of just heading along here, just deciding to leave behind what he's left behind at this point in time. Is going to put on the tiara, bandana, a silver ring. You've got Flurry with a couple of shirts, so the armor is starting to come together about as well as it does on these flags. Flurry's going to give us a look at the dancing dolls, which we know gives a pink tail, and FF4FE is on the mountain right now, skipping Baron for the moment.
Yeah, probably trying to get maybe up to at least Virus here. I mean, he did pick up a couple of bombs in the Troya shop. It's not a bad idea to pop some random encounters here to get Palom to Virus.
Yeah, I think the other big thing, of course, is that there's a Lunar Spark in that first spot, and if it's Pale Dim, Elemental Magic is gonna do nothing. Pale Dim absorbs all elements.
Yeah, well, it'll do something. He'll get healed and then send it right back at you. Ooh, do we have some vanilla here? I'm in the mood for ice cream. Are you in the mood for ice cream?
I mean, I do like ice cream. I don't think I have any in the fridge, though. I'm not going to stop and check. I'm doing commentary, though.
Ah. But some vanilla. Big bomb picked up on the way, used. Now just see if it's a double scoop. This Mylon is we taken out pretty quick, but if you take a look at Farm's equipment, she does have a bow equipped, so we are able to launch those mute arrows if necessary at some point.
Yep, Flurry's in a little bit of a dicey spot here, given that this needs to do enough damage to kill these dolls, otherwise he's going to get big doll. But Comet is what you want to see on this one, because it doesn't divide damage. So he's going to actually make it through in one piece. Speaking of, FF4FE takes down Mylon pretty easily. Going to pick up his level 2 spells and stop on his Palom. Feeling pretty good.
As we have Inven in chat throwing out some of the speed running strat. Or throwing a carrot. Don't think you could do that one in this one.
Nope. We play on the 1.1 backbone, which has removed that bug from the game, so you cannot do that.
Ooh. Got a swinging octopus here.
Yeah, Big Squid gonna tag Palom. They're gonna tag Porum 3 times here, put her down to 7 hit points, but that's more than 0. Gonna keep herself alive. 10 heal potions and a unicorn for Flurry just in case, and he's gonna dump some inventory. Yeah, Squid's not super fast once you knock it down a little bit, but we're not acting against it very much, so you know it's gonna keep swinging away. 108 is not what you want to see, because that means that your characters are in 2-shot range, which is pretty bad.
Yeah, but I think FF4FE is just bluffing up to be able to electrify this Oxymon with 1 lit 2 here. Might have to go for a second one though.
Yeah, it's in that not quite enough range here, but gonna heal Palom, because Palom's the important twin here. 1 more lit 2 should finish the job, and Flurry, of course, is gonna split off and ignore ordeals and head on into Baron already.
Yeah, where we've got an edge with the free King Queen Evelyn and a boomerang in Baron, so that edge is going to be pretty early equipped here with the middle sword boomerang at least, so it can be in the back row.
Yeah, good times for that for sure. There's no back row glitch. That's been fixed for this and then turned off. It's been fixed in the randomizer as an option, but then it was turned off. So just kind of how it goes. So no back row glitching. FF4FE is going to go back and take a save just in case before entering into the summit room.
Oof.
Mom Bomb is exceedingly bad here because the explosion may hit for too much for this party to survive.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a hard-hitting Mom Bomb here. Not going to be able to skip it, and yeah, 300 damage. Even in the back row.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a blue robe. Was not long. Oh, it's the alt gauntlet.
And it's a required alt gauntlet at that. Complete the Tower of Zod is objective number 7 there on the bottom of the list, and you'll notice that FF4FE's Black Mage is not really great on health. I forget if he had a full heal before this fight, though.
You do get a full heal.
Thank you.
With this one, if I remember correctly, you get full healed after every individual fight with it being the alt gauntlet.
Oh, that rules, actually. Cool. That's actually super good for this party.
It's a strange interaction because you get a full heal before the fight, but with the All Gauntlet, there's 5 fights. You get a heal before every single one. They're gonna get that MP back, and just gonna be nice.
I mean, you're gonna use a lot of it here. The big thing, bomb is great and all for killing the front. It's not gonna kill souls. Souls absorb fire, so souls and spirits you will need to use either ice or lightning magic, or once you have virus or twin, you can use virus or twin.
Maybe be able to cast an ice too to take out the rest of it, and maybe not. Those souls, they just want to stick around. And
They are healthy. This is one of those situations where it's super good that you get the magic refill every fight, because you're going to cast a lot of spells to get through this with this composition. You're unlikely to die.
And once we get the virus with Palom, hopefully we get it before some of the encounters come out, because we want to be able to one-shot those.
Yeah, this gets one-shotted by Fire 2. You can also throw Cure 2 potions, because the Lilith is technically undead.
Hey, these lies in the cure pots, making them a weapon. Very few chances do you get to do that.
Also of note, you normally get 0 experience points for this spot, so this is going to be a big stack of experience for a party that's absolutely going to need it.
Okay, so it looks like it's actually on the Sea Hero flag. Do we get the full heal every time? It's a weird interaction in this spot with the healing.
Yep, virus obtained for Pankraz here, right on time.
Yep. As those souls are going to get virus and hopefully taken out. If not, have to go through another full round. Hopefully we'll have enough MP.
Yep, Flurry's having a bit of a slow fight here for Mylan. Just sort of getting his way through it, but not as efficiently as Pankraz did. But gonna bluff a couple times. He's gonna need one more spell cast to finish the job.
Yeah, double wood. Usually the one that you would grind up here if necessary to get your levels for Baron in if necessary. Gives a decent stack of experience.
Yeah,
and Pankraz is through.
Yeah, getting a lot of use out of those bombs, cashing them all out for these fights here. Trying to make this as efficient as possible. Again, good show of shopping that not every runner will do.
No, very few runners actually pick up bombs when they see them. I mean, usually it's the Thor rages for possibly a Knazo, but with Knazo out of the pool now, you gotta get something to help you out here and there with this party.
Yep, Flurry has left his one Porum dead at this point in time, so gonna play for the anchor, leaving Palom in the middle for accuracy, and the anchoring purposes doesn't matter because both your twins are gonna have pretty much the same agility. Gonna go for a very similar setup to Pankraz, hitting bluff a couple times before unloading the Lit 2 cannon here. And we'll see if Pankraz goes to Baron and realizes that Mom Bomb's a little out of reach right now.
We're all gonna check the treasury first. Maybe find some Stork Grove, Stardust Rods, Charm Rods.
Do we have to rate this one?
I mean, I think we're gonna end up rating it, and hopefully it's a, mage percent. Oh wait, we're supposed to be mean to the runners. We want defense swords. We want
all tier 5 items, no good stuff.
Yeah, there we go. All for physical fighters. There we go. And go.
So that was literally a defense sword and all tier 5 items.
That was melee percent. We got a light sword, which is money. Can't use that because only Cecil can use it, or Edge can dart it, which not a bad dart. Drain Spear, Great Dart.
Yeah,
That
a
was
couple pieces of
hit.
heavy armor that turn into some money. Crystal armor, flame armor. Crystal armor, of course, completely useless as well because no Cecil. We don't have any heavy armor wearers at this point at all. Pankraz goes straight up Zot at this point in time, eschewing Baron, which we know is Edge, but again, that Mom Bomb is bad times at this point unless there's a character with a little bit of health up here.
Yeah, not looking for the doggo. Maybe we'll check this one chest because it's not that far out of the way. Nope. No doggo tonight. Flame Dog is a trap chest. Is weighted a little bit higher for the gear. Fine. Already having virus, I don't think is going to be too worried about the boss here, unless it's exactly Val Valis.
That would be utterly hilarious. These players are not really cutting it because double form players are pretty terrible, and you got a chance of hitting that. So good luck with that, I guess.
So let's see who's going to be at the Mega Sister spot here.
Can we go home now? We are ruining these runners' days.
I'm sorry.
Like I gave them, we blessed them with a bad treasury. You summoned Valvalis. Mob Bob sitting here at Baron, and we know we can't crack that rock yet. Yeah, good times. Hey everybody, this is gonna be a bit of a struggle tonight.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. What do you actually do for this? I mean, for Mom Bomb, you would need to maybe find some illusions.
This is the reason why it's kind of great that that this is Gauntlet, right? Because you can see that Pankraz is around 400 hit points already on Palom and 350 on Porum. So in good shape at this point.
Yeah, this Mom Bomb is gonna just be super mean.
Yeah, Flurry's just letting the viruses fly aggressively here. Just wants to get out of these fights as fast as possible. Maybe, as we know, make up a little bit of time here. Pankraz is bluffing, gonna try and keep this party alive, but Porum gets elbowed for 300, and that's unpleasant. Thankfully, the spot's not super fast, but you've got to get through this, and then you've got to kill the 6 bombs real quick. So this is a brutal fight, even with the ability to survive the explosion.
Yeah, if you survive the explosion, I think Pankraz right now is bluffing Palom up to increase the power of the virus. Hopefully, since the amount of health that's here gets split up, should be able to take out the bomblets with one virus cast, depending.
That would be the game plan here. 3420, I think, is just gonna be should be enough to get us over the line, but he's casting another virus, so it must not be.
And we mentioned chat grabbing the extra Porum for an extra character out there to take a hit. I mean, it'd only be one hit. You've got enough to survive.
Oh, yeah. Pankraz is going to try to get 4 viruses off and hope that this is that the 12 grand is lethal here.
And it is. Woohoo! Nice. That is, and that's a way to get through that Val. Just an adamant rock.
Yep.
Halfway to Forge, which with the alt Smith on could be a decent weapon for any party member.
We shall see. The big problem here with Edge is that Edge right now, as is, would need more gear to get through that Volvalis in any sort of timely fashion. Val's got 9,000 hit points, and we just don't have a pile of darts right now. I think we've got like a Drain Sword, Drain Sword Lightsaber. Like we're not exactly in big strength territory for gear, and we're not exactly in big dart territory for dishing out damage. So, it's pretty bad. Inven is reminding us that Val can't gate the only way to the Underworld anyways, so knowing it's Volvalis means that, yeah, Pankraz is probably going to do Baron next.
You check the Baron shop here, maybe find some darts in here. Pankraz selling all the equipment there. Gets a couple Drain Spears.
He's got a plan for Volvalis, and it's going to involve Drain Spearing it.
Yeah, but gonna be doing some Baron first.
Yeah, no big surprise here. Levels on Edge, like if you get 1 or 2 levels, because dark damage is just scaled by level, so might as well.
Yeah, I think it's what, level times 256 plus attack damage plus a random number or something like that. It's a weird calculation. I can never remember it fully.
It's one of the few that I remember. It's just level times weapon attack power plus a random number from 0 to 255.
There was a 255. The only reason I think it was 256 is the spoon. That's the one that sticks in my mind. The ultimate weapon.
Yep, so full moon obtained. Flurry loots that treasury, which is just basically a pile of money at this point. Yep, full moon middle sword is going to be our loadout for Edge, and Edge can now go in the back row. Also going to anchor with Edge here, so going to take advantage of the high speed and try to get a ton of Edge turns here.
We know that it's not Wyvern here because Wyvern as well cannot get our underground access. So, do we hope for an Ogopogo here? Do we really mean?
I mean, I think we just want to get a not bad moon boss out of the way so we can leave Ogopogo sitting at the Masamune altar for these two gentlemen.
Okay.
We know Gauntlet's out already, so, like, you know, there's still terrible bosses out there. Plague's kind of what you want to see here. With the Boomerang going to do quad damage. We're Berserk away from finishing this off. Flurry is going to set up to do Mom Bomb now. But yeah, Baron Castle is going to fall pretty quickly to this Edge and Sapphira's casts.
Yeah. We're working on one of our objectives here, which, you know, another character. I mean, who would we really want for another character? Kane? We got a defense sword for him. Even though he's patently average.
I mean, patently average, but he's a second brawler, which is kind of what you still want on these flags, right? I mean, you don't really want, like Yang or Sid are fine here, but, like, Rose is a second white mage, which, you know, is not really ideal. It would be a third white mage for Flurry. It does give you some flexibility to ditch off characters at the top of Zot, though, at least. So, i.e. put Porm on the bench because you should protect her at all costs.
Hey, I'm not. I like my Porm. It's like, give me a white mage, I'm happy. If it's Porm, cool. Rosa, yeah. All right.
From a tactical standpoint, it does look like there were fewer bluffs on Flurry's side here. So, his Palom is not hitting quite as hard, not hitting for the 3k plus that you kind of would want here to get the shift over to get out that 12,000 damage. Just going to try and keep the party alive and cast a few viruses here to get the split, and then probably kill post-split with the 400 health Palom. Dark Imps, of course, going down to Berserk Edge in a timely non-Berserk Edge at this point in a timely fashion, so feeling pretty good about that as well.
Yeah, I mean, at least don't have to deal with the crumble in this spot, which is nice. Anytime you can skip a crumble, save some time. Getting some life glitches off as well. What's a life glitch? Is that cheating?
Yeah, it's cheating. But more importantly, it is throwing the life potion in animation at a dying enemy. And what that does for you is that it essentially revives the enemy, but enemies have 0 vitality, and the vitality stat is what the game uses for revives. So it revives the character at 0, which means that they die again, and you get double experience. Sweet, sweet double experience.
We've got Quack and Blink. Flurry through the Mom Bomb. Ooh, Tella. And we have all the spells.
Yeah, we've already climbed ordeals. That's an intriguing character, certainly. Pankraz just has space for him at this point. Flurry could trade out one of his forms for Tella and kind of go from there. But Pankraz, once we get through this cutscene, is going to light up an objective. Our first objective of the night is going to come at around 27 minutes.
The question is, I mean, if you get the hook, you go turn the Pinktail. Do you check the barren basement with that adamant to see if you can take it out? Or do you go up Zot right away? Since it is another objective, it sticks you right there. Well, you got a magma key.
I mean, I'm just a fan of doing my objectives. Doing my objectives with adamant armor is just easier.
What, Pankraz going back to check the barren basement? I should really stop thinking of mean things. I've already done it once on our runners. I shouldn't do it again.
Yep. So full moon as well here, bought by Flurry. So gonna gear up his edge a little bit. Gonna take off the bandana from Porum and hand it over because edge needs to hit things. The boss down here is gonna laugh at our face and then tell us to go away. Do you want to play with the 50-50 here potentially and try and get off your Star Veil in time? Pankraz is gonna go for it.
I mean, you go for it. It's a spot that has decently high magic, so we'll end up helping you take him out.
Yeah, I mean he will devastate himself with spells once your wall goes up. The thing is, again, gotta get that 50-50 hit. Like, you can queue up the Star Veil in a very timely fashion. Pankraz and Flurry are both real great at queuing things up and menuing and running around through the game. Pankraz is probably the best at it, period. But if the game just decides to queue up the action and then 50-50 you, well, bad times.
I mean, Palom does have Venom, so could end up, taking out party members out in front of Baron, venoming the party, going right back in, get it out of the way. But gets the Star Veil up. Fight is free now.
As long as the Star Veil stays up long enough here, it's gonna be fine. But yeah, hits the 50-50. So obviously pro player never misses because that's how that works. And Golbez has already done 14,000 damage to himself.
Yeah, as we see another, 6k lit 2. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, why Golbez? Because you take too long. You deserved it.
Why? Because you're too powerful in the spot. Just too much flexing.
I mean, resets out of a Moonveil. Moonveil could be, would be nice to keep.
Yeah, maybe gives you a cheeky play at the Queen of Town of Monsters right off the bat, rather than actually trying to play that fight honestly, because it does hit fairly hard. But instead just decides to reset out, leaves behind the experience, which would have just gone on to just edge anyway. Flurry is, I think, here for looting at this point in time. I don't think he's going to go and check the throne. That would be bad.
Pankraz deciding leaving Zot for right now, knowing that Val's up there. Going to drop in the Magma Key. Go underground. Get some sirens maybe. Hopefully they're in a shop.
Yep, Dwarf Castle adds a character. You've got the freebie check in Faymart, so you can check the boss at the Queen of Town of Monsters to get a look at that as well. It's Valvalis, so the big thing is a lot of the time with free enterprise is that you want to go do things when you can't do it any faster. And Valvalis is one of those boss fights that for quite some time, gearing up and leveling up will let you do it faster because of the massive evasion that she brings to the table.
Yeah, that spin is just be so mean in especially some early spots. It's a strange thing of, you got Val at like Fabul. Can't hit her with magic, can't hit her physically.
Yep, Flurry pushing on though. Had Quake already in hand, so decides to shake the heavens a little bit and brings the imps down. Pankraz finds wine for sale, so we know that Bacchus blinds are on deck at this point in time, so second white mage, very unlikely. Double dancing dagger, black sword, so, more garbage to sell.
Yeah, it buys some 99 carats.
The memes. Also, ninja swords are here by the by. You can see they're 66k, and he's gonna have enough money for one.
I mean, Full Moon Ninja is not bad for this, and we find sword robes for sale, and we're broke right now.
Yep, 30k a pop. Bad times if you bad times for your wallet, but good times for your mages.
We've got Karate Man here at Dwarf 1.
Karate Man.
Too bad.
Shouldn't be too bad. Never going to be a free boss on these flags, however, because no Cecil, because only Paladin Cecil makes this fight free because he can just bonk Yang. Flurry not quite interesting going underground. Maybe wants to shore up this party a little bit. Maybe find a cane for that defense sword or a second edge. So it looks like he's going to head over here, going to do some shopping, and then figure out his next play at the top of Zot.
Yeah, does not know that Val is up there, so may save down here and make the reset back down, or may take it. always a hard thing to see.
I mean, almost certainly gonna shop because save because did some shopping right now. So grab some silk webs. Gonna probably grab a handful of cabins as well. Actually grabs 20 tents, it looks like, and is moving on.
I mean, you do have Tella, and cabins fully heal your party, including if they're knocked out. You knock the Tella down once. You use your tents to heal your party, even though it's only 1,000 for HP. It doesn't revive party members, and so you don't have to constantly knock them out in battle. Or an anchor.
Yeah, speaking of which, Tella's really dead for Pankraz right now as he works his way through Yang with a couple of blinks and some good setup. So things are starting to fall right into place here. Dragoon armor for Flurry, so if he finds a heavy armor character up here, that's going to be pretty fantastic. Kane is going to look real good in that. Or, of course, you can sell it. It's worth a lot of money. Pankraz, second boss here, is free of some flavor. Doesn't take Yang, and we'll see what he got.
It's Yang with a Charm Claw. Woohoo! Alright, got a coffin. Take out one of the guards, and then the Quake should easily take out the other guard there. Meanwhile, it comes down to what Flurry's reaction is here to Valvalis, as we are about to see what we get for a key item from Dwarf Castle.
Yep. Pankraz, no experience for Porum, but probably not a big deal at this point in time. We still have 2 underground shops to check for sirens, which will fix all of those problems.
In the meantime, while we have Flurry taking on Valvalis, we're about to get the key item. Let's give a shout out to our restreamer. We did have some technical issues. This race started a little bit late, so Scala Kitty is our restreamer. We have White2 Sky doing the tracking, and my wonderful Deverine 2. And follow all those people as they are very wonderful.
Yo, follow Tibalt too. Go hang out.
Ooh. Pan's nice.
Pan is super good here. Hasn't gone down to the Fey March yet either, so gonna get rewarded. Flurry's hitting for 155 with edge here.
This is going to take a while.
Yeah, we might be here for a hot minute. There's a reason why Pankraz reset out felt really good. Speaking of, Flurry's also gonna skip out for now because that's gross.
Just a tidbit. At least we'll come back with more levels and some darts to hopefully get through that fight faster. Or maybe with the cane just to jump.
Yeah, cane jump exposes you to more melee attacks, which is a bit of a pain, but hey, you know what? Better to reset out. At 200 damage average a swing, it would take a total of 36 swings to get through that spot. Got better things to do today.
Flurry going underground here, and that key item was so fast on Pankraz's side. Did you see what it was?
Yeah, don't worry, it wasn't a key item, it was an Earth Hammer.
Oh.
You didn't miss much.
Whew. I mean, talk about fast menuing. I wished I had that speed.
Like everything, it just takes practice. Anybody can do it if they try.
Cat Claw here in Fey March would be good for that Yang if we kept him.
7,500 gold.
Yep. Siren and a half. And not much else here was looted in Fey March. Let's see what the freebie is. Ooh, Luca Key.
Yep, another key item here. So for Pankraz, that is going to be number 7. Flurry is down here, and Tom are checking it out. Gonna see coffins for sale. Doesn't buy any with his 50k at this point. If this is a weapon shop check, then he's looking for ninja swords clearly, or even just like mute knives down here.
With Thunderclaw for sale here, picks one up. Edge able to wear the claws just like Yang. So half the Fey March is free.
It's the half you want too. It's quad guards at the Asura spot, so that's exactly what you want to see there. Mist Dragon at the Leviathan spot, you can ditch that for a while because that's gonna take some time.
Yeah, You know, it would be really good for that Leviathan with Mist there. A Moonveil would be pretty good there. Don't take any of the hits, but it's only a summon spot. The key items, you know, with how they're distributed, summon spots can have them, but it's usually higher for the main checks. So could see a fade on that Demus for quite some time.
I mean, if it has a Darkness Crystal, both our runners may last location it, which is understandable because that fight is just long. You're never gonna die, because it can only take 3 actions before it turns to mist, and then you get plenty of time to res your party and set up. So, like, losing the fight is not the problem. It's doing it in some time before I get old.
I mean, Pankraz, I don't think has a coffin anymore. But
didn't check the Tomra shop either, so it doesn't have one on hand here. But it's just gonna let this guy drum rip here and try and do some damage to the front row.
Telecasting something. Not sure if it's a weak on the officer or if it's a center slot stone.
It looked like a weak. I had a hard time checking that menuing though. Yeah, it was a weak. It is a back row weak. So gonna try to take out the officer for experience points purposes here.
And the officer does have the most experience in this fight.
Yeah, 20 grand experience for everybody, and the queen is dead. The queen is dead. Long live the queen. Item and an objective for Pankraz on the board.
Power key. So technically speaking, we could full clear the underground and never have to come back again, which is nice. Flurry on the other hand decided to go with the stone cast with Tella.
Yeah, thankfully this fight doesn't melee too hard as Tella gets absolutely destroyed because he has no armor.
Hey, as they say, if you take care of the old man, he takes care of you. Not giving him any armor? Really not taking care of him. Pankraz picking up an Ice Claw. Also another good claw to have.
And he's opening boxes in here, which means he's looking for the encounter chests. Of note, the high tier item chance out of these is pretty bad. Obviously, it's been nerfed because alerts are pretty weak, and a lot of the times you can situationally one-shot them. So, you know, I like this play and don't like this play at the same time.
The other thing is that you don't have your sirens. You've only got one other shop that you have access to right now to find sirens. But you can steal them with edge, and you have Pour and be able to cry to make the stealing faster.
It's an interesting play. Certainly, Flurry does drop the queen as well with a bunch of quakes and AoE items. Doesn't get the full experience, but I don't think it really needed it. Still has Dwarf Castle on deck that he's left behind. We've got Dr. Cutscenes here at the Super Cannon, so gonna pop a big bomb and finish the first half, and then probably just stab the second half real quick so we can go home.
I mean, not the worst spot to find Luge at. Split health, split experience. So seeing them where you don't get that much experience, not a bad thing to see. At least from the runner's perspective.
Yep, Flurry is going to stock up, going to grab himself a handful of drinks here. So he's going to have a half a dozen or so Bacchus wines in the old stash. He's going to find ninja swords here. Probably time to dump some inventory.
Or not. Maybe.
Probably time to dump some inventory here.
Yep. Just need to afford one of them. 22k away. Making hard choices. Sells the defense sword. I mean,
you only need one carry for a while.
Yeah, it's either you have a single dart or you have something that'll increase your power through the rest of the seed. I'll take the ninja sword. What is going to be up here at the top of the tower for Pankraz? It's...
The problem with Evil Wall is you've got to kill it fast enough, and this spot has a ton of hit points.
Yeah, we've got Quake though with Palom. If you bluff once or twice with Palom, those Quakes are going to be doing around 4 to 6k.
I mean,
You need to be able to survive.
Pankraz is not afraid, clearly, as he's letting it queue up, and you gotta kind of trust the judgment of the good runners here. As for the most part, they both have great judgment on what they can and cannot do. Flurry, of course, rolling up on Dwarf Castle. We know this is the pan. He has not gone down to Sylph Cave yet either, so he'll be kind of ahead on that front. And neither a runner, of course, has checked Sheila 1 or 2.
No, and it's if you can get the pan before setting up Sheila 1, that's always the preferred play, because therefore you only have to go to Fabul a minimum of 2 times.
Yep, Pankraz setting up some blinks here. Parm got tagged and died pretty much immediately. Quake coming out, so probably at around 5,000 damage here, so far so good. Does have the blink on Palom as well, so that's kind of nice. Here comes another melee attack, which is gonna hurt but not kill Tella, intriguingly.
And Edge did drink some wine, so we'll be buffering that queue, giving some time to get the blinks and quakes out. But the wall still cheats the system. He moves whenever he wants to.
Yeah, Palom quakes don't matter when Palom is very dead.
Yeah. That'd be pretty close to getting through this evil wall here. And we've got Young pickup on. Nope. Ditches the Young, sees the guards. Did pick up those coffins earlier, so gonna be able to coffin them away.
So immediate res on Palom into dead Palom here. Yeah, the Edge is gonna be tight. Speaking of which, though, Flurry just gets drilled by the guards, and that's just unfortunate at this point, given the circumstances of what's going on here. So he's gonna skip out, it looks like. So pan check is gonna not go his way at this point. Enough damage from Edge has been dealt out with that one Quake, so easy peasy free as a bird, I guess. And let's see what we get at the top.
Wind Harp.
Required.
There we go. I mean, get back down. I mean, we're not at critical HP. Not sure if we have any metallic weaponry or gear for Palom, but I mean, you turn in Sheila 1 and 2, and Cave Magnus is right around the corner. So getting lucky with that twin harp. They're going to be able to route in Cave Magnus into Zod, which is
super nice routing.
Yeah, how does Pankraz do this? How? It just amazes me.
I mean, he just left his overworld checks up because he couldn't do Helvalis, and then, you go and do what you can do underground before you go up, and, things just sort of fall into place sometimes. It's nature of the game.
I guess I gotta take some training lessons from him.
And also for chat, the top of tower health, Blue Cat Loach is technically the closest. It is 18,943.
Okay, I didn't realize I had that much health.
I had to go look it up. We have a wiki, FF4FE.com. Go look things up. It's rules. You can learn a lot about this game, the Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise Randomizer, Final Fantasy IV in general.
Wonder what Pankraz has been picking up more darts. That's why he's here.
Yeah, Earth needs drain spears.
Yeah, and the price was increased in the recent update, so they're no longer cheap. They're pricey.
Yeah, but they still hurt like heck.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's one of those things like the price for the actual ninja stars and shurikens were dropped a little bit, I think.
Yeah, they were halved, in fact, because they just did not get any use, and they were getting sold for a lot of money. Ninja stars sold for 25k base. They used to cost 50 grand in the vanilla game.
FF4FE going to Cave Magnus first. Forget about Sheila, or just do your objectives. Forehead.
Just always do your objectives. Like, I mean, Sheila will be there when you need it. Remember, the interesting thing here is you think about when you can get into go mode, right? And checking your freebies gains value the closer you are to go mode. If it's 2 items for go mode and you can check Sheila 1 and 2 or to actually do things, you check Sheila 1 or 2. If you need 4 items for go mode and you can check Sheila 1 or 2 or do something, you should probably do something.
Okay. I can see it.
Except for like go to the moon. Don't do that at that point. Check your freebies before you go up.
Flurry going to be setting up Sheila 1. Does not have the pan. I mean, if Sheila 2 turns out to be, I think at the worst, it would have to be Hook or something that leads to Hook. But yes. I think at this point, it would have to be Hook.
The bigger sticking point right now for Flurry is that he skipped top of tower, which we know is incredibly required. So things could be looking a little sketchy for Flurry here, but I should probably can it because music's about to hit.
Oh, yep.
Wait, when did we get the Darkness Crystal? I'm so confused. Was that from Tower?
Yeah, Tower Key.
Is Flurry gonna go up and make an incredibly ill-advised moon dive, given that top of tower to harp to hook?
Ooh. We just need to figure out where this rat tail is. I mean, so many things out there.
I mean, the big thing is that with Zot and Magnus and Queen and Hook all out of the way, FF4FE could very happily take that adamant armor up to the moon, rip through the moon, and gain a ton of ground, as well as knowing that he's only 1 item from go mode.
Yeah, but doing Zot first here. I mean, do you really need the adamant armor to get through Val if you're just gonna dart through it?
No, not at all.
And then you, of course, I think you always hope that this leads to Rat Tail, and then that's just a super jet.
Yeah, as I do in chat said, I'm playing FF4FE and I fluffed a check. I'm in gamble mode now. Let's go. Probably not. Like, it's tough being in the booth. We know this play is bad. Like, there's no other word for it. This play is incorrect, but you don't know it as a runner. And so at this point in time, you're looking to nick like 3 items and have them be chaining out Harp, Rat Tail, and Hook, and we know that 2 of those are already off the table.
The other thing else I have to think about is, playing your opponent, doing what we call the metagaming. You've got Tell, you've got Palom, Porm, and an Edge. Like, you can do the aforementioned D-Machine grind since we have Tella, do the giant, go up to the moon, blow it up with nukes and whites, maybe find the rat, or find the key items up there, and then fast clear the earth. I mean, it's one of those things of trying to also play your opponent.
Yep, Flurry takes the white mage upgrade here, so trading out Porm for Rosa. So it's Rosa, Edge, Palom, and Tella on our right screen, and our left screen still has Porum instead of Rosa. Valvalis gets spinning now, so everyone else is pretty useless here. But yeah, let's let the Drain Spears fly here. $3 grand a pop.
I mean, and we have Flurry going to the Giant.
Maybe is he going to catch a few D machines maybe, and then do Giant real quick for an absolute pile of experience points? It's like 250k before double experience for 10 key items.
10 key items gives you I believe it gives you the 200k and then 300k for the 2 spots, so 500 total with the 10 key items.
Is this going to be Tower of Bards? Are we going to get the double Bard? The Bard?
I mean, give us Bard, give us Spoon. Then we have an Adamant Spoon word.
Also Rosa here as well, so Vanilla Rosa available to us. Flurry is within the Giant at this point in time. So we'll kind of see what his game plan is here, whether he's going to do a little bit of grinding before checking the first spot, check the first spot first, and then grind. Options abound here. Pankraz does take the White Mage upgrade here at a different spot, and still has darts if darts are needed for this boss, but they probably aren't.
No. Yeah.
Never mind. Let it fly.
No. Ogopogo's biggest weakness is Berserk.
And the melee attacks are pretty weak at this spot, so shouldn't be a big deal.
Flurry saved up as re-equipping party members may check the boss. I mean, I don't hate checking the boss first, because it wasn't like Water Hag. You can quickly get through it, and then figure out what you need to do after for some D-Machine.
He toggled odd encounters and then flipped them back off real quick, so yeah, his game plan is going to be a check here first. Maybe it's Wyvern.
Ooh, that would be mean. Mega Sisters, however. I don't think we have a mute knife. Do we have mute arrows for Rosa? I don't know.
I don't think Flurry bought them, and at this spot, so that spot normally has the hit point cap, right? Because of how elements work out. In exchange at this point in time, you get the Mega Sisters. They have like, the main sister has like 45 large easy. And the other two have like 25 each. So good times.
I think they actually get total between all three of them around 110, because I think the middle sister gets the full 65, and the back one actually gets a decent amount. Because this has got the same situation of like with Zeromus, where it's actually total here is 110, because halfway through it refills and swaps over to the Val and Kenazo section.
Yep, so Pankraz is through, so it's going to finish up Zot as well here. It's going to take a quick pop in to do Sheila 1 and 2, so we're going to get both of these checks out of the way here, so we'll see what Sheila 2 has in particular. Not that Flurry's in great shape here, but he's going to get his grind on right now with this D-Machine grind.
Yeah, definitely want some levels, because those sisters are going to be quite healthy. And
Dimple, you want to give us a technical explanation of how this works?
For what, the D-Machine grind?
Sure.
So with the D-Machine, basically you weak your D-Machine, you can then one-shot it, do the life glitch, there's no enemies left on the field, you hit the searcher with, maybe a bomb, maybe a dancing dagger, and it summons another D-Machine. So you can infinitely summon D-Machines here, and when you finish the fight, you get all of that wonderful experience at once.
Dusty Griff popping his head in. Sandy 28k, Cindy 49k, Mindy 25k, also known as an absolute pile of hit points. As he says, it is a ton.
Yeah. Because that equals up more than the actual max cap for a single boss there. I think I was going underground. Checking Luca, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, he's got it. You know, he's not interested in going to the moon at this point in time. He is going to full clear. He's going to play this very direct at this point, full clear Earth. And if it happens to be the one key items on the moon, well, he's got to hope that he's out executing Flurry, or in this case, we know that he is in very good shape, but he doesn't know that right now, so we'll see if that factors into his just kind of playing this very directly. He reset out of Teal 1, by the way. Artemis Arrows, which I'm a little shocked by, and a White Spear.
White Spear's a decent dart. Artemis Arrows are a nice arrow if, you know, we were doing like gold dragons with sirens.
I mean, Wyvern.
Also true, Wyvern, just a different reskin color of Bahamut, but it's actually a dragon, unlike Bahamut.
Bahamut is royalty.
Ah, that's what it is.
But yeah,
royalty
Flurry
has no weakness?
Yeah, apparently. Flurry has also got Ether 1s for this setup as well, so gonna Ether Tella a couple times to kind of Ether Tella, Ether Paladin. I'm gonna just kind of try and push on through here. I'm not sure how much experience he wants here.
I mean, if you get the 10 key items, I think to get Rosa up to at least the white, I would want to say it would be 12 with life glitches. Maybe 10.
Still a lot of work. Sandrock here. Pankraz does not care about upgrading his party. He's got Edge who can carry and a White Mage, so I guess he's feeling pretty good about everything. And an Adamant Armor. He does have an Adamant Armor.
That Adamant Armor is super strong armor. May end up checking the boss spot and elements first. Doesn't have a mute dagger, but definitely has some mute arrows. I could definitely see popping, bow on Rosa, mute arrows adamant, and just letting Rosa go to town.
Yeah, Flurry here continuing his grind, so I think he's through about 9 of these now. So feeling pretty good at this point. Using Tella for healing as well, because, if he's got enough ethers, he can kind of get away with it. Make sure the party's topped up, because fire does percentage damage to the party, which is really handy because the D Machine only attacks if you attack it. Its melees are disturbingly powerful, but you don't have to worry about that.
Right, especially if you knock it out in one hit. And the flame that it does is either 10% or 25% of your max HP.
It's 20%, 10% if you have fire resistance.
As we're getting the actual measurement for a butt load is 126 gallons. Learn something every day.
So the Mega Sisters have about 126 gallons worth of hit points, everybody. Yeah, Pankraz is also going to go up here to the Giant, which means that he's likely to hit a few D Machines along the way when he sees the Mega Sisters there. But here's the thing, at an hour, Pankraz is going up to the Giant and has completed the Earth. 100%. There's nothing left for him to do other than turn in the Rat Tail, which we now know is on the moon somewhere.
And I think from a runner's perspective, you complete the Giant, I think you go straight down to that Masamune altar, get your objective done, and you either hope it's the pass or the Rat Tail. You really hope it's the pass, though. Therefore, you don't have to walk down that moon all over again. It's wonderful D Machine Gun. I haven't seen one of these in quite some time, especially on this particular flag set, since with the shops being standard and the sirens being generally available in a shop.
Yeah, they are not we did not see them. The only shop I don't think Pankraz checked the hook shop. So we did not see the Ablana shop here. But so Pankraz is going to get his D Machine on. His D Machine grind is going to be 50% faster, however, because as you can see, he's got 11 key items on hand as opposed to Flurry, who has a total of 8. Flurry, I guess, is definitely looking for levels to sort of push through here, but so far for Pankraz, this has been clinical. This is kind of some top tier play on his part at this point, looking like the favorite everybody had him pegged to be at the start of this.
I mean, Flurry's no slouch. Flurry is a really good runner. I mean, this is going to be a match still, even coming later games. Rando gonna rando. In this particular seed, it's more towards one side, but the next seed could go the other way.
But yeah, I think Pankraz only needs to believe 7 D machines at this point, maybe 8. You know, may choose to go a little short and then berserk through the first fight and then kind of take it the rest of the way. Flurry should be coming to the end of his grind soon here. He's also out of life potions, which is not exactly ideal, but you kind of make it work with what you got.
I mean, you can always try to cast Life 1 with Rosa. But wait, Rosa's base level doesn't have Life 1.
Yeah, that's kind of the other nice thing for Pankraz is Pankraz's Rosa is not base level. So, there is that.
And we have mirrored D-machines. The only real difference is a little bit in the party order.
Yep, same party comps, just happen to get Rosa in a different spot. Now it's time for Tella to die! Tella, your job is done. Good job weaking a bunch of demon machines. You catch a cold and die. You die of dysentery.
Aww.
Good old dysentery, everybody. But yeah, Flurry wrapping this party up here. As you can see, Rosa's gonna learn every spell in her spell book at this point.
And get a lot of HP too. I mean, you get your Quake, you get your Meteor, you get your Nuke on Palom and Nuke.
Didn't get to Nuke, just fell a little shy, which is fine. I think it's fine.
Should be fine. Ooh. Just a few levels short. 49. Palom learns Nuke at 52.
Yeah, I think he short-sighted it, so it's probably fine. Let's see how he deals with this. It'll probably be Quakes and Berserk Edge, and Rose is a really good support mage, and Tella will die again at some point.
I think Tella can be somewhat supportive, you know, an extra body out there, or, you know, casting blinks until he runs out of MP.
Yep, Blink's surprisingly useful here, though these melee attacks are not exactly super devastating.
Now, considering that fire, she only did 174 on Rosa. So, main thing you have to worry about is Cindy hitting. But here we go. With all of the HP in the spot. Edge picking a good target. I mean, if we really want to be mean, just leave, you know, was it Sandy? Yeah, leave Sandy up and Sandy can charm someone. That's always fun to see, right?
That would be a terrible way to lose this fight.
No. I mean, I've seen some pretty interesting things with Sandy charming, you know, Palom with Nuke or, you know, Meteo.
And then Palom decides it's time to rocks your party, yeah. I think the worst thing here would be Quake, but still that would be pretty bad.
You could try to prevent it by casting Float on your party, but why would you want to do that?
So the other big interesting thing with this Mega Sisters fight is that Edge does have a full moon. Part of back rowing is not just that you do full damage from the back row. It's that enemies that are in back, i.e. behind the frontmost sprite, are in the back row and have the extra defense and evasion, and so Edge can ignore that.
Still being able to do full damage is quite a big thing. You don't really think about the party order for the enemy. You always think about your party being in the front row, back row.
Yeah, and for our runners who are not used to this because, well, this is the first time that we've seen back row glitch off in a tournament setting, it becomes kind of a lot to think about. Pankraz's grind, of course, took 7 minutes as opposed to Flurry's, which took near 14. So
that's what 10 key atoms do.
And of course,
the grind.
And he does get the microwave as well, so he actually did get a little bit more experience from that overall, as well as he made sure to push out to get Nuke and White.
Yeah, level 55 Palom. Now comes the choices for the Mega Sisters. Let's see. Ooh, why did Pankraz pick up a Zeus Gauntlet? I missed that.
The rich clearly get richer either way. Flurry's making good time through this fight. Does kill the front sister, as Berserkers and Quaker want to do. You don't get a lot of choice on what's getting hit at any given point in time. Watchy Sky is letting us know the Zot reward was a Zeus Gauntlet, so that's how he got it.
Okay. Not a bad reward.
Yep, even hitting the bluffs on Palom here just to make sure that Palom's magic stat is capped out for quaking efficiently. He might even... I doubt he'll go for Swag Rocks in this fight. The setup might be a little much, but, you know, he could consider it.
I mean, you do the Swag Rocks, and, you know, that does at least, you know, quad 9 to Cindy. If you've got mute arrows on Rosa, which I think he's right now looking, but I think he sold them by when he was getting the darts.
Not a big deal here, honestly. His edge with the adamant armor and extra armor in extra levels is clearly outpacing Flurry's at this point. By both an agility margin and a damage output margin, so should be fine here.
I mean, I guess we're not too worried about the experience because we're doing a Mega Sisters grind. Not the exact spot you want to do it at.
I mean, this is probably the exact spot you want to do it at because they just don't hit very hard here.
That's true. I guess it comes from the aspect of the amount of HP that they have. Like, Ribbon Room is probably one of the better spots.
Yeah, true. They don't have 100,000 hit points split between them. An Imperial buttload of hit points.
CPU spot? No. CPU spot has very high magic and very high physical.
Yeah, the CPU spot damage output is fantastic. Like, CPU, which does no physical attacks and no magical attacks, only has a percentage damage attack, and then Globe 199, which has such a high multiplier. Anyway, somehow that spot, yeah, is just you'll get elbowed and then blasted to death before you know it.
I mean, that's where you can see like Gomez do quad 9s to himself.
Yep, so we're through here. Only Sandy surviving right now for Flurry, so hopefully a couple of edge cuts will get him through this before. Reflected Charm is exactly what you want to see. Wall on means that, you know, does not have to worry here. We've got some Reflect Nukes from Pankraz here as well, from the kid, taking advantage of the second wall that is on the second wall up on Palom here on the reflected wall. So leveraging that for additional bonus damage.
I mean, when you have a 50-50 of hitting the correct sister, that's really what you want to have. You don't want it to be a 1 in 3. What? Middle sister goes down. Now it's just a matter of Sandy. Okay. It actually went on Palom, which is preferred for Pankraz because Pankraz does have Meteo.
Yeah, Pankraz self-cast it. Pankraz cast Wall from Rosa onto Palom here so that he could reflect nukes onto Sandy, who walled herself. It happened to be that those walls have also eaten a couple of charms at this point for our teams, so good times.
Yeah. Flurry picking up nuke from that battle, so also has the microwave available.
Yeah, the tough thing here is you can see Pankraz is just making such good time through this giant. Adamant Armor is a good piece of gear.
Oh, yes. Wonderful, wonderful piece of gear. Hard to get in vanilla.
Do you want those beat arrows again?
I mean, this is this the mage giant? I mean, mute dagger, mute arrows, rune axe, but we don't have anybody to use a rune axe. Elven bow.
A very magical giant Christmas.
Yeah.
Now I want giant Christmas gifts.
I mean, the one problem here is that Ashura will hit quite hard here. as a 1300 in the back row.
Here's the thing is that looks like we've got a setup here, double wall cast for both of our runners, though, because they've got nuke and white. So some edge darts, but more importantly, reflected spells don't trip counterattacks. So it's just going to let these fly this way. So both our runners are going to go and get the kill through reflected spells to avoid those melee hits. So Asura is going to do pretty much nothing. I'm going to do something for Pankraz as it counters darts, but...
I would say Azure will counter the darts, and so it's 1 in 3 of, you know, hitting somebody quite hard or knocking them out after 2 hits.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing with the darts, though, is that they do hit for like 5k, so it does take advantage of that. 300,000 experience points.
Where I hope for something even remotely close.
That's a lot.
Yeah, so I hope y'all will...
That's all your levels that you need. This party is endgame ready, as there's another forum.
Our perfect daughter continues to party. 5 white mages in the seat if you don't cast Tella.
Welcome everybody from Free Enterprise. As you can see, we're just finishing up the giant. Still gonna find that rat tail. The moon has not been touched except for the character spot, which was Rosa on Flurry's side. So our rat tail is somewhere. What spot do you think it is?
It's always Crystal Sword Altar.
You know, I was thinking you were going to say that. So you would go straight to the Crystal Sword Altar. Or would you go straight to your objective?
I always go straight to the Crystal Sword Altar, even if there's an objective.
I mean, it's halfway down. It's always a nightmare when you have to walk back up to it. All right.
I always believe. My faith is strong.
I mean, really, with the bosses we've seen, I think there's only, for this particular party, Baigan would be about the worst. Maybe CPU. Everything else is relatively free, of course.
I mean, Flurry's back on Earth because he needs to clear up Earth here. He still needs to do this. He still needs to do Top of Giant, which we know has the twin, or Top of Tower, which we know has the twin harp, which we know leads to the hook, which we know leads to, you know, the rest of everything, basically. Most importantly, though, it is both the hook and the harp, which we know we need both of. Pankraz, of course, is just happily heading up to the moon now because he is not interested in staying on Earth where he has nothing to do except for Mist Dragon.
Is that where our rat tail's gonna be? Is it Demist there?
I mean, by the time we get there, we're gonna have a microwave and an edge who can probably drain spears for, you know, $7,000 a pop.
I mean, you've already got endgame levels. I think you reset out at a lot of the bosses if you're darting what darts you have left, just to get them back, because you don't need any more experience with this party. I think really, in reality, the only things you really would keep would be another adamant armor, or, you know, the rat tail, of course. Maybe the spoon. You trade out a drain spear for a spoon, but at that point, the point's moot.
Yeah, Pankraz is looking like he's gonna hit the save point and then go directly to the bottom here and just do the main objective first. You know, playing smart over playing aggressive, or believing in, you know, a play that you make because you make it every time.
Hey, you know, memes can be dreams. And dreams do come true. What do we have here? And, oh, hi, Wyvern.
It's time to get microwaved!
It's time for Wyvern Standard Time, or just down to VS2. Maybe
Hey, you remember a while ago? Like, you remember way back like 45 minutes ago.
Hey, no, Pankraz does not have the Artemis arrows anymore.
Yeah, did not take them, reset out. You'll notice I mentioned that this is where I wanted Wyvern 45 minutes ago. This party never stops.
We both called something. We both wished something into existence. I mean, with Pankraz's menuing and run buffering here,
drops the battle speed a hair, and then it's just easy money here.
Yeah, I was able to get 2 walls off.
And then it's time to reflect some spells.
Yep. And maybe throw some darts.
Yep. Flurry, of course, is at the top of the tower here doing what's required. I'm sure he's not interested in either of these characters. Tella is a perfectly useful anchor at this point in time, and, you know, Rosa's, you know, we already have one. Yeah, here's some reflected nukes for 6k. It's got edge darting the rest of those drain spears for like 5,500. Also gonna zerk up the edge here, so just interested in just trying to lay in the hurt on this now very slow Wyvern.
Yeah, Wyvern not long for this this Masa spot, as I believe it'll be. Yeah, never mind. I was gonna say one more nuke, but swing from edge count, I guess.
Yeah, so edge flexes. We got some flexing going on here. It's just a coffin, but you got to take it out. Don't do the thing that people have done before and reset out of an objective, please. That would be bad times.
Coffin, not the worst reward, but still not exactly what you want.
The tier 5 items continue to flow.
I mean, at least it's... Well, no, because there's no more free bosses out there that would actually use a coffin, so a Cure 3 would be better.
Indeed. And of course for Flurry, the oceans go quiet. Ogopogo is downed, so he's going to complete objective number 7. Still has some earth to do here. Here's Odin.
This is fine. Don't know if Pankraz has the Thunderclaw or not. I know Flurry did pick one up from Tomra.
I believe he thinks it's irrelevant with the power of nuke and edge berserking and hitting for 4,500 because adamant armor is on and equipped and just giving him 15 strength and 15 agility and enough defense to survive hits in the front row. I wish for vanilla Ogopogo. I'm the worst. Never mind. I was really hoping for that. Never mind. Can't believe I'm getting called out like this by chat.
It's okay. Flurry, go and check the barren basement here. What's Golbez here?
Yeah, we know it's Golbez because we've been here before. But yeah, so Ribbon Room, Dragon Whip Protect Ring. So it's not here. I'm gonna go straight into the White Spear altar because he's not interested in stopping at this point. Here's Golbez, so we'll see if we get a couple of actions here to kill off some party members. We're only gonna get to kill one for sure because the power is pretty high here. Gonna try and queue out a wall on Palom though. Leviathan is here at the White Spear altar, so gonna ram it. Just gonna go ahead and run the microwave and edge show here again.
I mean, you've got the MP with you know, the levels. If you want to clear out more than you possibly can before you pop a tent or a cabin,
yep,
why not?
Flurry used his turn economy by the by to kill off Tella and then cast White with Rosa onto Palom, or cast a wall onto Palom with Rosa. So wow, I can talk. So is gonna have a 1 out of 3 chance of his wall dying here instantly, but otherwise is gonna be in pretty good shape for the rest of this fight.
And Demolish takes out Rosa. Well, we found our legend sword. No rat tail.
And Pankraz back to running upward here, so it looks like he is headed to the altar of White Spears, or from the altar of White Spears to the altar of Crystal Swords. Flurry is getting set to microwave the ever-living heck out of Golbez here.
Yep. As you have to help Golbez. You have to hit him at least once after he's taken the correct amount of damage to finish out the fight. Or, you can wait for the HP ran out, but that would take a little too long. And we want to go fast.
Yep, slams the door on Golbez here. Easy peasy.
Hey, Antlion in his natural habitat. Now,
The moon?
he loves being on the moon. He's always on the moon. I mean, I know it's Antlion caved down on Earth, but it always seems he's always on the moon. So he vacations on Earth.
That's fine. I'm with you on that one. Sure, Edge is hitting for 5,600, by the way. This isn't getting any harder at this point. Flurry, of course, back in Baron, is walking the Moonveil out. Still has Mist Dragon down below. Still has top of tower that he skipped a while ago. Here's the Crystal Sword Altar.
Got the spoon.
It's another key item here that is not the Rat Tail. Flurry's going to go face check this Sand Ruby real quick. We know it is a Sand Ruby down here, so not really what he wants.
Nope. That gives us 3 locations left for this Rat Tail. Mura, Bahamut, and Leviathan Spot. And if we don't see the Rat Tail up here, we last location Gummo with it being the D-Mist.
Yeah, sometimes that's just what you end up doing when you see a real slow boss down there. White doesn't even help you because it ends up absorbing the white casts. Just a bad time all the way around for this sort of composition, although Edge will still hit for a ton now that he's got a ton of levels. Yeah, Flurry on a couple of gambles and a couple of wipes, and the wheels have started spinning really hard in the mud, and he's not getting anywhere right now, which is a little unfortunate. And Pankraz just doing what he does best, which is playing his heart out right now.
We have more vanilla. Vanilla Pale Dim.
I really don't have ice cream.
I mean, I think I have some ice cream bars or ice cream sandwiches in my freezer.
I'm jealous. Please send some.
I'll get right on. Oh, wait, I would have to ask my other half. And we've got, as some of us like to go, good old because hearing the slow cast is just so fun. Another boss that would be really nice for Artemis arrows, Rune Lance, but we'll just microwave it down. Is the Rat Tail here? No.
It's a box. So we know what's out there. It's a pass. It's a pass and it's a pass to Rat Tail.
Flurry going to do Demas is already in the underground. It's a summon location. It's a key item location at this point. Might as well do it while you're down here. I don't think we're gonna see what's in the box. We're not gonna burn this.
Yeah, it's probably Sid sitting there trying to like engineer something good to save the city or something.
There's our water hag.
I mean, it's not like bosses aren't free at this point anyway, but hey.
I mean, free is free. The 50-50 of this being Rat Tail. Will there be any value on the moon besides the objective? I'm going with no. I'm saying the Rat Tail's at this Leviathan spot. Do you agree with me?
You know my faith in the moon is too strong to agree with you. It's not rewarded, clearly.
We got the pass.
I mean, which you're going to take out so you don't have to come back up to this place.
Oh, the Demus.
Pankraz is about to hundo this seed plus giant in like 140.
Yeah, which is not actually a bad time in this flag set. You know, they range anywhere from, I think I've seen the fastest for this flag set be like an hour 12? Hour 10 maybe?
Yeah, but that would be the Pankraz found all of the key items on Earth first type deal, which we didn't really run into here. This is what we lovingly call the fast, though. Most people are doing giant seeds in like 2 hours. Pankraz is about to go last location, the rat tail, at like 130 and change. Yeah, Flurry just tried to gamble it up a little bit here, and that's just kind of the nature of the thing. At least he's gonna get the rat tail here and know that if he does top of tower, that he'll have nothing to do on the moon, which will bring the gap a little closer here because he doesn't need to do all 5 of the other spots.
Yeah, he just has to go down to the Masamune altar, take out Wyvern, and then go right down to Z. But still having to do Twin Harp and top of tower does take a little bit of time to do that. So I mean, I think right now the ball is still in Pankraz's court right now.
Oh yeah, no, Pankraz is in grand shape here. Like even getting to skip 5 checks. I mean, Flurry lost a bunch of time to Baron in. Flurry lost time to Dwarf Castle 2. Doesn't have the pan. Getting that wipe there. Just like a lot of bad bounces for sure.
Will Flurry do the top of tower, or will he fade the top of tower and go to the moon? I mean, if you're playing the numbers game, 7 checks on the moon versus 1.
Yeah, especially because if you're Flurry at this point in time, the 2 items are still afloat at this point, the hook and the harp, as well as your rat tail, so everything is still sort of out there. Well, he has the rat tail now, so the rat tail is not floating anymore for him, at least. But yeah, Pankraz just devastates Miss Dragon and is officially going to turn in this rat tail for go mode. Oh yeah, the pass didn't have to be in one of these 2 spots because it could have been at rat tail, but we know rat tail is a blank of some flavor, and that'll be that for that.
You know, well, let's just have it be a crystal sword. There we go. Just to rub it in a Cecil not being in this flag set.
I mean, it is really shiny.
It's something you either give to the Chocobo or you sell.
Really shiny.
You don't want to pick up the hovercraft. You want to drop down next to it. In reality, an Xcal would be great because it'd be an extra dart for edge.
Crystal in hand, another tiara, second shiny hat that you don't need at this point.
Oh, but still wish that Palom could wear it.
The tier 5 items continue to flow.
What do we want? All the tier 5 items. When do we want them? This seed. But we have Pankraz is mixing up equipment here.
Yeah, he is setting up for dart reflect strats here, it looks like. So he's going to go for a quick kill on Z by basically using darts to help down Zeromus' health and then reflect a handful of whites and nukes. This has been the sort of the strategy for these particular flags, it seems, because you seem to get edge and you seem to have an adamant armor and you seem to have 2 mages. So it tends to be an interesting way to do it, but we're here. We got some questions to ask of everybody, I think. Some flags are popping out too.
Yeah, I see that too. Is it pretty late for you? Is it good old nap time now?
Yeah, it's definitely sleepy bedtime.
I mean, always a good time to take a nap.
I guess I should ask the question though, shouldn't I?
Yeah, you probably might want to.
Is this version of Zeromus volumetrically going to be more or less than a buttload?
I mean, we shall see.
146 gallons of Zeromus slot. On the flip, Flurry did go to top of tower, so he is going to get rewarded with a harp and be able to clean out Earth here. And he'll be in run up and do Masamune alter mode at least, so he won't even need the pass.
All right, Demi. What's your favorite for the
Lobsters.
lobsters?
Lobsters.
I think mine's coyote. If I remember correctly, this is from Mega Man.
Mega Man
Which
X to
one?
be precise. It is Sigma, not a buttload of Zeromus though. Very small. Yep, Pankraz is setting up and counting damage here, so he'll know if he needs to throw a second dart or not. Even get the Silk Web up here with Tello, which is important for just executing this fight well. Palom getting hit by this nuke would be scary, but he does have the Adamant armor now, so must be in great shape at this point.
Yeah, only taking 400-ish.
Yeah, I think he's not darting again with edge. I think he thinks he might be a little too close to the edge or the 46,000 point line to flip over Zeromus and have him refill. Essentially what this is we mentioned earlier that reflecting spells doesn't trip counterattacks. So Zeromus's life refill is a counterattack, and basically if he gets a direct attack when he's at 15,000 or fewer health, he'll end up deciding to refill his health. So the idea here is you're trying to do the math such that you can either finish with a reflect spell or a dart. A dart is fine if Zeromus' health goes below 0. Also, you don't counterattack when you're dead.
Yeah, will it be the dart that takes out?
He
Maybe?
parried. He parried with edge here for
They
safety.
paired with edge.
Yeah, he's gonna try. He's get this nuke should do it, and if not, then he can fling a dart and finish it off.
And there we go. Snap, crackle, boom.
Very clean Zeromus fight on top of a very clean Zed. So his Flurry rolls up to do some music here, and we'll get his hook momentarily, so he can turn in the Rat Tail and then head up to the Masamune altar and finish this Zed. Pankraz, of course, already has run across the line in what has been a very well-run Zed, with the giant, full Earth, full Moon, full everything. Bunch of resets, buck 35, easy game. I heard someone enter the room. Pankraz, is that you?
It might be. I don't know. I think I may have just like had a big lag spike while jumping in.
I think we were just letting the music play because Flurry is in Cave Magnus at this point in time, wrapping up Earth right now. Rat tail in hand and casting exit.
Got it. Well, it is me in the room. GG's.
GG's. What did you think about that Seed? We saw some interesting things in there, like the old gauntlet ordeals.
It was a fun time to do everything. I mean, seeing the initial twins, I knew that I could just get off to the races, so I wanted to go, and then things were in the way that stopped me from going, which was, less than ideal, but there's always going to be some sort of roadblock, especially when you don't loot anything in the first 10 minutes, give or take. Finding, the alt gauntlet wasn't too bad. It was a nice XP infusion, and I did buy the bombs in Troya, I want to say, Troya or Fabul, which was nice to have. Bought them thinking just in case of an alt gauntlet, and was rewarded for that. Just still had to reset to put them in the back row because I didn't want them dying in any of the fights, but and then the rest of it was mostly smooth sailing. Once I got the edge, I saw the King Queen Eblin guarding edge, and I got worried. And then I saw the Mom Bomb, and I got a lot less worried because Mom Bomb in 2 is unpleasant. And then it was just off to the races. Take my superpower edge, start clearing things, start casting Quake on everything, try to accumulate money for Drain Spears for Valvalis, etc., etc.
Oh, very, very well done in this this particular race. I mean, what was your thoughts when you saw the Demist down there at Leviathan spot?
That I wanted nothing to do with it. And I knew, in my heart of hearts, upon seeing the Asura spot, and, while I was walking down, I'm like, well, the only real Asura spot boss I can do right now is Kaipo Guard, so it'd be cool to see Kaipo Guards there. And what do you know? It's Kaipo Guards there. But then seeing that, I'm like, I'm going to be fading this Demist until the end of time, aren't I? I sure hope it's nothing. And we rolled with that for about, when did I about an hour. And, well, I did have to go back eventually, as we all saw. And I wasn't quite happy about it, especially after clearing the entire moon and the entire rest of the seed beforehand, but we got there in the end.
So, yeah. Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was going to say, we saw you pick up some mute arrows in Troya, and then when you saw the ninja swords and the darts, and in Baron, you sold your mute arrows. Were there some regrets there when you saw the giant?
I mean, yes and no. Yes in that, oh no, I don't have any mage mashing gear, but also my best bow was an archer bow on Rosa, and while she'd be able to chip in an extra 2,500 damage or so every round, didn't think long term that it would really be worth it. I did also sell the samurai bow, which, changes the calculus a bit, but the samurai bow on a stack of 10 mute arrows is worth a little bit of money when you sell it, so a lot less regrets on that one. I really wish that I did have some sort of mage mashing gear to get through it a little bit faster, but figured with the triple bluff quakes doing 6,000 damage to each of them and 2 good 50-50 rolls on the reflected nuke in white, was happy with that fight, especially with casting Wall on Palom, expecting him to get charmed, and then what do you know? Somebody goes and tries to charm Palom. Very, I'll have a couple small regrets about selling mute arrows or, missing my left turn into the chest of the ribbon room for whatever reason. But overall, pretty happy with how I played through this one.
Yeah, I mean, you just went and hundoed this seed, including Giant, leaving behind Kainazo at the top of Mount Hobbs, and the 2 bosses on Earth that are not objectives in any way, shape, or form. And you did it in hour 35. I think a lot of people had you picked as the favorite to win this tournament. Straight up, when they saw the brackets, they're like, yeah, Pankraz is the man. Gonna repeat. Gonna get his number 2. Right? Second tournament, title, incoming, easy game every day. Do you think this is the kind of run that's gonna really make people who have to play you think that going forward?
Not really. I mean, it was a good run, and, considering bracket level power, or the power in a bracket seed, I'm very happy with the 135 full clear. But I know going forward, the tournament is full of a whole bunch of people who can 135 full clear or better. And this seed, a few things went my way, and it sounds like a few things didn't go Flurry's way. And I know that he probably could have done much the same. Not to, like, you know, neglect or try to take the light off. Like, yeah, it is a very good time, and I'm very happy with it. But I don't think it's going to be quite that easy to cinch my spot in the finals just yet. There's potentially two more games with Flurry, and a long road of other great runners. And I'm glad that I was able to play well and put up this time after not doing quite as much practice as I probably should have in the off week. But gonna get back on that and hopefully to continue posting times like this. Knock on wood.
Sounds good. Speaking of mishaps, Flurry did run into this wyvern here, and this wyvern ran into Flurry pretty quickly, driving him back with the power of Mega Nuke.
Yeah, wyvern tends to do that. I know I had to do my quick reset because even though I could get my one veil off, I wasn't going to get my wall cast off to preserve my last star veil, and I wanted that star veil considering Reflect Strats was on the table.
Right. You have any other thoughts on this seed at all?
Not really. It was a fun one in a couple different ways. It's fun running around with just Palom and Porum with no gear, basically, for 25 minutes. Oh, not quite 25, but 21 minutes, seeing how far you can push that and seeing what you can do. That list does not include Val at Maga Sisters, nor will it ever for the most part, but it was a fun time. Thank you, Firebird Lover, for rolling it. Thank you, Scala, for stepping in to restream after the tech issues. Both of you, many thanks to put on the show. Thank you, Tybalt and Demarine, for the commentary. I am looking forward to watching it back and hearing all that you have to say. And of course, thank you, YT Sky, for the track. This was a fun seed, and big GG's to Flurry. Looking forward to our next match on Friday night.
I don't have anything else. Do you have anything else for Pankraz?
I do not. I do want to let you know Flurry has wrapped up Wyvern the second time around, and so he is a single fight away from finishing this seed at this point in time. He just looks like he's setting up for some Reflect Strats as well.
And I'll let you all observe the, once again, butt kicking that is sure to follow. GG's Flurry, thank you all, and have a great rest of the night.
Just once again. Make the long walk down to Z. Gotta get our exercise in, right?
Absolutely. Of course, again, would like to thank Y2 Sky for tracking tonight, Scala Kitty for handling the restream, and of course you should follow both of them as well as Tybalt, my fine co-commentator tonight. It has been a blast. It is sadly going to come to an end if, unless Zeromus decides to let us stay for a little while longer tonight.
Don't forget to follow Demarine too. Also another wonderful person.
I mean, all I do is talk about video games.
I mean, that's a bad thing.
I mean, for work, I did a talk on talking about video games.
I think I did a speech on the history of game consoles in college, so I mean, it still works.
This should look very similar to the fight that Flurry had. Crystal and Vale to start the fight. So Crystal from Tella, Vale from Palom. It's going to be a white channel from Rosa, edge to dart no spoon, so edge to dart whatever he's got available, I guess, or swing away, one or the other.
I don't think Flurry has very many darts. Stole the defense sword. I think stole the light sword as well. So a little light on the darts. Maybe some drain spears left over. If not, we'll pop the silk web.
Gets the free damage too as it hits the wall on Palom, so that's always nice.
That feels so good when that happens. You always hope for it, and when it happens, you feel so good. Tella might actually chip in here with some damage.
A little bit of virus casting going on. We've got the Adamant Armor and Palom here as well, so Palom's damage throughput 9k plus a pop here for certain. Rosa hitting for a meager 8496.
Hey, it's better than 6,000. Tella doing 870. Let's go.
Big flex in from the old man. Couple of melee swings here for Edge, so a couple thousand damage a pop here. Big Bang is going to, well, it's going to leave Tella in the dust here. Everyone else should be more than fine.
Yeah, as that first Big Bang was nerfed, it's the subsequent Big Bangs that can be a little terrifying sometimes. It's if you're not ready for them, they'll sneak up on you.
Yep, you're going to use the Cure 3 potion on Palom for safety here, just to make sure he's topped up for a possible second Big Bang. So Edge gonna go Chemist here. 9,988 damage, just shy of the damage cap.
Oh, how you talk up such a big game? I mean, come on.
Just got that warning track power.
I mean, it must be the bluffing. He just can't do it. He just has to bluff to be able to do it. I know that one was a stretch. I'm sorry.
Here comes Big Bang 2. Again, should be in pretty good shape with the Adamant Armor on Palom and Rosa channeling out, so we should be okay. Edge takes the fall here, but I don't think that's relevant at this point. Also, Cure 4's Rosa for safety here.
Yeah, because he's trying to snipe with a direct cast nuke, and it is the final blow.
Math is good, and the fight is over. Buck 49.19, so just shy of 2 hours here. A couple of bumps in the road for Flurry. I mean, he is a great runner. He'll bounce back. I'm sure he'll be in here to chat with us in a moment, unless he's not. I didn't check.
I don't know. Oh, wait.
I don't know, Flurry, are you coming in here to interview?
Yeah, I am.
GG's.
Thanks. I'm actually pretty proud of that one. Like, I'm more bummed out that, like, the plan I had would have worked if I just did a little less, dying. But otherwise, like, everything kind of, I got the conditions I needed to make this close. If Dwarf goes my way, I think it's a little more interesting. But alas, it did not happen.
Yeah, so we saw you had fun there at Mount Ordeals with the alt gauntlet. How did you feel about that one being required with that Earth Crystal?
Anytime you see a gauntlet in a required spot, I think you're generally pretty happy to see it, because you're not having to worry about whether or not you're taking the risk that your opponent isn't going to invest another 3 minutes that you're going to invest on a relatively slow gauntlet. So I actually felt pretty good about that. Mob Bomb was more of a jerk than the gauntlet was, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, that Mom Bomb. I mean, you were able to bounce back and take out Mom Bomb later on, but I mean, Mom Bomb hits hard.
I mean, it wouldn't have been too bad with three party members and a way to reliably do damage. But I did not have a way to reliably do damage other than something that cost 2 of my party members. And the extra porn was already kind of mucking things up, so that was when I just like, all right, you know what, we're just gonna retreat. Same thing with Val. Like, that was kind of annoying. I could have done it, but when Edge was doing 200 per, that's an 8,000 spot. I had a Unihorn and a couple things to dart, so that would have gotten me like 3,000-4,000. But I'm like, is it really a winning proposition to spend 10 minutes in the Tower of Zod? I don't think so.
But
Yeah.
you came back, you took the Demas there, skipping out on most of the moon except for just that Masamune altar. What was your first thoughts when you saw the Demas there? It's like, I'm gonna check that last.
No, actually, the quite opposite. I know who I'm racing against. I am not going to win if I do not significantly less checks than my opponent. I cannot chance this to a 28 out of 28 race off. So I need to find at least one or two things that I feel like my opponent is very likely to do last, and do those as soon as it's feasible for me to do so, in such a way that it's not going to like take 10-15 minutes. So when I saw the demist there, I'm like, all right, if I get a darkness crystal or I get 10 key items in Siren, I'm doing that demist before we go to the moon. Which is why Dwarf was such a bummer, because that gives Pan, I get to 10 key items before I do D money. I certainly don't double dip the tower. That was kind of more of a, I don't want to do 20,000 HP worth of damage with a low level party. So at that point, that would put me in just needing the rat tail for go mode, and I certainly do that demist. That was the plan coming in, was find something that my opponent is very likely to put off, and I thought that demist at Leviathan fit that bill rather well.
Well, I'm all out of questions. Do you have any questions there, Demi?
I don't. So yeah, you got another shot at it at least. It's not over yet. So, how are you gonna regroup for game 2?
I think more or less, I still think the plan is sound. Find a way to make a gamble that's going to give me a check advantage, and try to stay solid in the meantime. I think this flag set can kind of lean towards slogging if you let it, and in some cases that's inevitable. But as long as just got to stay solid, right?
Yeah, sometimes it's all you can do.
I don't have anything else. But GG's again, Flurry.
Thank you.
Heck of a race.
Yeah, that was fun. I just want to thank you all for taking the time to do the commentary for this race. We always appreciate our volunteers around here, and thanks to I believe it was FBL or who had started, and Scala and Y2 Sky who had managed the restream and tracking. So I thank you all, appreciate it, and catch you guys on Friday.
Alrighty. Well, we do have some matches going on tomorrow, don't we?
Yeah, there's a couple as always. Round of 32 rolls on Thursday evening, Thursday evening. Tomorrow's Thursday. I know what day of the week it is. We've got 4 p.m. You've got Luft versus Plumeria Night on RPG Limit Break. So if you're around in the afternoon, you want to catch a great race, that's going to be a good one. Rybon taking on McBain. Also tomorrow, 7 p.m. on the flagship. And of course, the Falcon going to hit the road at 9 p.m. Infinius taking on Rex Banner here at 9 p.m. So come on out, hang out. 3 more races tomorrow. Hope to see you there.
Oh yeah, definitely. It looks like it's the ending time for us here, but we're not done with Free Enterprise just yet. Or do we send you on over to good old Dr. Cossack, who's actually setting up some flag sets for a SNES marathon. Let me double check the name on that marathon. It's the NES Superstars.
Yep,
Let's see what he decides to create for that marathon.
Yep, should be good times for sure. Again, please don't spoil any of the races from today. And again, on behalf of our restreamer Scala Kitty and our tracker Y2 Sky, and of course my co-commentator Tybalt, I'm Demarine2. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a lovely evening.